Yo.
Hey.
Oh wait,
There
hey.
he is.
Now
What's
we have
going on,
3 big
Steven?
brains going
Now
here.
that's
Well,
right. Well,
2.5.
Adam.
I know.
do I sound coherent?
You do.
Yes, you do.
Can I just go and tell you how much I fucking hate Zoom?
How much do you hate Zoom? This is a Chinese company. How dare you?
They might shoot down our call if you do, but
That's
by all
right.
means.
I apologize to our Chinese overlords, but like I know enough about computer. I'm not like a super tech guy by any means. I know enough about computers to upload and edit YouTube videos. That's decent.
Oh,
span.
definitely more than most people do, for
Right.
sure.
If I can't figure out how to get my shit in here, you need to idiot proof it. Like that's just whatever. I'm here. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
How are you doing?
You've responded to this guy.
fantastic.
You've responded to this guy a few times, haven't you?
Mike, yeah.
Yeah.
Humanist report.
You're like Mike. I don't even know. his
Mike.
name.
He is he's a Kalinsky clone. That's what I call him.
He is a Kalinsky clone, yes.
Yeah, him and the Rational National and Progressive.
Oh, the
Lawyer,
Rational
all-
National. That's the short bus guy. That's the total short bus guy.
They're all just like clones of Kyle, and they just parrot his arguments.
Basically, yeah, exactly.
Have you
so.
seen that chart that he pulled up with the? Oh, were you in the Watch Together? You are in the Watch Together.
I am in the Watch Together. Yeah.
Have you seen any of these charts he's pulling up that just proves that the centrist Democrats lost because they're centrist?
Well, I don't know if you guys knew this, but America is actually a super progressive nation.
So we've heard a couple times in this one video.
Everyone is on board with the left-wing agenda. It's true. The only people who aren't are grifters and people who are fooled by the grifters.
Which is apparently 80% of the population of the
Lies.
Democratic Party that
Bullshit.
didn't
No.
vote for Bernie Sanders in the
nuh-uh.
primary.
Nuh-uh. That's what I gotta say. That nuh-uh.
Yeah. Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Are we being grifted here? Am I? Hold on.
I thought you were the grifter in this, but I can't keep track of this shit anymore.
So, anyway, but so now that you're here, maybe you can help me. You can maybe use your big brain, okay?
What's
we
up?
got the vote margin for the 24 most vulnerable Democratic House candidates.
Okay.
And the majority of them were more to the right than to the left.
Mhm.
Why could that possibly be, Stephen? For what reason? What logical reason would Democrats in swing, quote unquote, swing districts be more conservative? I don't understand what the reason for that is for.
Well, you know what? I actually live in one of the districts that he is bringing up.
Ooh.
Minnesota's first district.
Oh, Minnesota, the cheaters. You're in one of the cheater states.
Yes.
I
voted like 8 times. So.
How many ballots did you print out for Joe Biden, you bastard?
I will tell you this. The voting by mail was a little janky.
There you go. There
We
you
have
go.
evidence
I
right
only-
here. I'm
I
calling
only
Sidney
voted
Powell.
once, but like they kept sending me registration things
What?
after I like sent in my ballot.
What?
Like-
Oh my God.
What's a
my
registration
God.
thing?
My like a notice telling me to register to vote because there's a deadline
Oh
here.
my
Oh, I see.
God.
If you want to vote by mail.
Right. Well, but was it the state sending you that, or was it like the
Yes.
Democrat Party like,
the state.
oh, interesting?
Listen,
'Cause I know-
Sitch doesn't even, he's like dumbfounded that there was actually cheating going on. He's like,
no.
what? Oh my goodness, cheating.
I know. I wanted to be specific because I've heard many claims of people saying that they got multiple blank absentee ballots.
I'm not saying that. I'm
Right.
saying that they didn't. I was registered and I had already voted. And they're like, you need to register to vote if you want to vote by mail.
Right.
I'm like,
right,
okay,
right.
whatever. Anyways, so yeah, I live in Minnesota's first district.
Mhm.
It is a swing district. It was decided by less than half a point in 2018.
Okay.
I'll tell you about the stuff that I heard.
Well, what happened? For which way did the district go first? Was it a Trump or a...
Jim Hagedorn, I don't know how it went in the presidential, but Jim Hagedorn is a Republican. He won in 2018. He's the incumbent. He won again. He was outspent by Dan Feehan both times. Actually, okay.
Which is the reverse of the trend for almost all the other districts.
No.
No. I mean, in 2018, the Democrats won way more.
Yeah. This is true. So according to Ballotpedia, there were 41 contested districts. You know how there's 435 congressional districts, but like, most of them are just not running against anybody.
Right.
41 of them. Guess how many people won despite being outspent?
All of them?
No, 25. And they were all Republicans. The
Interesting.
Democrats outspent them in these swing districts, and the Republicans still won every single one.
What?
15
That completely goes against this guy's narrative. That
Well, I mean, one of the big
money in
progressive
politics and
one of the big progressive talking points is winning an election is all just about spending more money.
Right.
totally.
And so, they'll throw out that statistic. It's like 90% of the time the candidate who spends more money wins. That's including all those like districts where no people basically run on them unopposed.
right,
So of course they're spending more money. They don't have an opponent. But if you take that out of it, and I did the math for 2020, I think it was like 65% of the time in those 41 contested races, whatever 25 divided by 41 is, the candidate who spent more lost. 15 times the candidate who spent more won. One race is still undecided. So, you break down the percentages there, but yeah. So anyways, the idea that spending more money wins the election is bullshit. But I am in one of these swing districts, and I can tell you all of the mailers, all the ads I heard were like, the Democrats have gone too far left. They want to defund the police and take away health insurance. That's exactly what they did. So that, and you know what? Dan Feehan, the Democrat who ran here, was more of a moderate. So my district could cut both ways insofar as, what that proves. Mike could hold it up. Oh yeah, this Dan Feehan guy, he didn't run progressive enough. Otherwise he would have won in a landslide. But it's also worth noting that they tried to tie him to, Ilhan Omar, who lives in the state, who represents a district in the state.
He's in love with Ilhan Omar.
It's funny.
The woman who wants to abolish the police department.
In 2018, you know how like political ads will always have those ridiculous conversations between fake people that never happen.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So they're like, Congressman Johnson voted for Bill 716C. Those aren't Minnesota values. And Minnesota values is a sentence or is a phrase that no one has ever said unironically. In 2020, that changed to Southern Minnesota values. Do you know why?
Oh, Southern there you go. I like that.
Do you know why?
Because Southern invokes like a more homey feel than the horrible North.
Well, sort of, kind of. George Floyd happened in Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah.
Minneapolis is in Minnesota. So, like, all these people are trying to distance themselves from what happens in the rest of the state. So, everyone was running away. Where I live, the candidates were running away from the defund the police, the far left progressive stuff. So, make of that what you will.
So, George Floyd was in your state. You were like ground zero for all that stuff.
I mean, like, I was 3 hours away, but yeah. It was
Well, they were rioting here in Los Angeles. You're halfway across the country.
That's a good point. Yeah. I didn't see any riots where I live, thank goodness. There were a few protests, but
you mean I had to deal with riots and you didn't have to deal with riots and it's only 3 hours away?
In the same state.
Adam, you live in a
life is
state.
unfair.
That's true.
A failed state? What are you talking about? Come on, we've legalized weed. We've succeeded at the one thing that's important.
The rest of the country is catching up to you on that one front, though. That doesn't stand out anymore.
Okay, I guess our stats are losing power.
You lost Ben Shapiro and Joe Rogan, so
we kicked those guys out. Fuck those guys. What are you talking? Ben Shapiro, come on.
So, I like that. In response to this guy's tweet on Twitter, he gets blown out of the water by someone named Pwn All Things.
Oh, really? the Anon.
Yes, someone named Pwn All Things with a silly avatar from a comic from 1,000,000 years ago, like one super old internet meme, says, in response to this guy's tweet, says, "Isn't that just a function of their districts, though? Safe seats allow you to be less centrist, and the more your district is up for grabs, the more you have to court voters in the middle."
Yeah. Or as he would say, pander to.
Right.
Well, progressives are the middle of the country, so there you go. So he's right. Yeah.
Right.
Look at the opinion polls. 95 million % of people want Medicare for all. Haven't you heard?
It's so you have to understand that Steve is doing a bit here. That he doesn't.
No, Steve is serious. Okay, he's seen those polls.
We've invited our first progressive onto the show, Steve.
I just want to say that we need to catch up with Sweden. and implement the socialist utopia. That's all I want. I just want us to be like Sweden and Norway.
Now do it in Kyle Kalinski's voice.
People say I sound like him. I don't sound like him though. I can't do an impression of Kyle.
I can hear it. You sound like you sound like if Kyle Kalinski was Alex Jones. If that makes any sense.
God.
If the two of them meshed, they'd
Kyle Kalinski was on Joe Rogan, man. I can't believe Joe Rogan invited Kyle Kalinski for his policy wonk on election night. That like life is totally unfair.
Dude.
that took place.
No joke. I'm writing a video right now, or I wrote a video today called "LARPing as a Policy Wonk," and it's about our boy Kyle. You should.
I don't know if we have a link to Steve's channel in the description. You can look it up. Stephen Michael Davis. I put his avatar and his name on the screen, so he's got a great channel. Way underutilized or way under subscribed. So check it out.
Do you think it's just the suit? I think just putting on the suit makes people think you're like a policy wonk.
Yeah, he puts on the jacket and then like
that's true. He's got the sports jacket on.
Well, I'm putting my sports jacket on.
Dude,
I have to.
It adds like 10 IQ points instantly.
No. Adam, I love you, brother, but the sports jacket and the t-shirt is just a terrible look.
I'm gonna do it anyway. I need the IQ points.
You have to have a collared shirt, Adam. It could be open collared, but it's got to be like a collared button shirt.
Yeah, I'm not even saying wear a tie. Wear a goddamn collared shirt.
That's right.
Okay. What if I unbutton my shirt so my gold chain shows?
You should just wear the sports jacket with no shirt underneath. I think.
All right, enough wardrobe advice. Let's get back to the video.
Well, before we do, are we just watching the video? Or are we talking about stuff afterwards?
Yeah,
we're
do whatever.
We're pause whenever you want to make a point, man. Just talk.
No, I want to.
Or you
pick
pause
your, I want to pick your centrist brains at some points.
Yes, we can do that afterwards. I feel like this will be actually. We'll go against the grain here, and I think we'll actually finish this video not at midnight.
Yes.
Great.
The polls. So he provides you with the list. These were the 24 most vulnerable Democrats.
Well, you have to stop eating whatever you're eating.
I muted my mic. I'm sorry.
Adam loves ASMR. Okay, he really loves.
No, I can't stand it.
The mouth
People give me a
sounds.
hard time when I eat, and I notice I left my
When he
snacks
eats,
in the other
he's just
room.
like, he just loves it.
I went into work today and I didn't have anything to eat, so I got McDonald's on the way home.
That's cool.
Like
just
a
mute your
true
mic and we're
American.
good.
Like a true American.
Don't drive people crazy. All right.
Those are Minnesota values, actually. Fine, McDonald's.
Those are northern Minnesota values. We all know where those values come from. Those are defund the police values.
Many of the ones that lost were the most conservative. And as you can see here with this spreadsheet, the more conservative the Democrat, the more likely they lost. I mean, it's again, this isn't rocket science.
I like this. The more conservative a Democrat is, because they're in a more conservative district, the more likely it is they lost the re-election. This is rocket science, guys.
You know, I was listening to Jonah Goldberg talk, and he talks about how like populists on the left and the right. I hate to sound like a centrist, but I'm on a centrist podcast, so whatever.
Do it.
That they both are convinced that the other side is just winning all the time.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
it's totally weird.
they don't realize that. So for people like Mike, Humanist Report, he doesn't realize how much further left the Democratic Party has moved over the years. That like
just this last election.
Yeah, a centrist Democrat isn't what a centrist Democrat was even 10 years ago.
Right. I mean, Joe Biden's platform is the most progressive or left platform, I think, since, I don't know, my lifetime, maybe. Like,
I mean, they're openly discussing.
It's a platform, so whatever. But
I know, but still, that counts for something.
Yeah.
They're openly discussing socialism in Congress. I mean, AOC is
right, but I don't think that's reflective of the Democratic Party.
Yeah, but just having someone in Congress.
No, that's true. That's true.
Is a huge swing to the left.
I tweeted out the other day. I forget who it was. There's some right-wing pundit guy who's like, "Oh, he was complaining because Tucker Carlson was softly attacking Sidney Powell and with the most hideous gloves possible." And this guy was like, "Oh, the left never attacks their own. Only the right does that." And you're like,
I saw that.
What world is this
Are
man
you
living
crazy?
in?
I've heard that point so many times. I'm like, you really don't pay attention to the other side, do you? Like, you just have to be completely oblivious.